So you've probably thought about starting a YouTube channel at least once. Maybe you had an idea, even got a little excited, and then immediately you talked yourself out of it. You said things like, it's too late, it's too saturated, or the most popular one yet, which is something that we've all said, including myself, I'm not interesting enough. And yes, these things are common. But here's the truth, there's never been a better time to start a YouTube channel than right now. And in this video, I'm going to explain exactly why you should start a YouTube channel and what you have to gain from it. Because the reality is, this isn't just about becoming famous or going viral. Starting a YouTube channel can literally change how you think, how you communicate, and even the opportunities that you get to unlock for yourself. The first point I'll make is you get to build what's called a skill stack. Now, the reality is that most people tend to overlook this, but YouTube forces you to learn valuable skills. Think about it this way. When you start a channel, you're not just making videos. You're learning how to communicate clearly, edit content, tell stories, understand what grabs attention, and above all, build consistency and discipline. And the best part about all of that is all of these skills basically transfers into almost everything else in life. Being able to explain ideas well, that helps in interviews, businesses, relationships, and everything that you can think of. Understanding how attention works, that's basically a superpower in today's world. And even if your channel never blows up at the very beginning, the skills you gain along the way are worth it on their own. Everyone's channel will grow at like a completely different rate. Some channels hit 10k subscribers in the first month, some take 2 years to even hit that 10k mark, some hit 100k within 4 years. Everyone's journey will be completely different, but the reality is, it's not a race, it's a marathon. And rather than comparing yourself to other people, focus on your journey and view your channel as a working project. A project that you can look back on and say that you are actually proud of what you learned along the way and the growth you actually made. Which leads me on to my second point, which is it's a low risk, high reward opportunity. You see, starting a YouTube channel is one of the lowest risk things that you can do. You don't need expensive equipment, you don't need a huge audience to begin with, and you don't need permission from anyone. All you really need is an idea and the willingness to start. And along the way, you can build it slowly, piece by piece, bit by bit. So for my case, of course, because I record gaming content, I worked on getting a capture card. I worked on buying a microphone. But even though I purchased those two things, which are things that I actually needed, the toughest one was the ideas. Yes, I had the ideas, but even then, creating videos is harder than what it looks like because you have to come up with the idea and then you have to put the idea onto paper, make a script, or even if you're just recording a live gameplay. The reality is everyone's journey is going to be different and there are certain moments that people will struggle with more. Now compare that to most opportunities in life when it comes to businesses which require money, careers that take years to build. But YouTube is something that you can actually start today. And the upside is actually massive. Your videos can reach thousands, even millions of people. One video can open doors you didn't even know existed. Now this leads me on to my third point, which is you create your own opportunities. Now here's something a lot of people don't really realize. YouTube isn't just a platform, it's leverage. When you consistently create content, you build proof of your ideas, your voice, and your perspective. And that tends to attract opportunities. People might reach out to collaborate, brands might notice you, employers might see your work. And even if you're not trying to be a quote-unquote YouTuber, having a channel acts like a living portfolio. Instead of telling people what you can do, you're showing them what you're capable of doing. And in a world where attention is currency, that's incredibly powerful. Because you're also looking at a portfolio that shows growth. It shows where you started and where you are now, what you've learned along the way. And just think of all of the skills that you will continue to gather. And what that portfolio does for you does more than what you can even imagine. Both for other people, but mainly for yourself, because it also shows you how far you've come, from where you started to where you are now, and what you've learnt along the way. Which leads me on to my fourth point, which is it forces you to get over yourself. Now let's be honest, for a second, one of the biggest reasons people don't start is fear. Fear of judgment, fear of looking awkward, or fear of what other people might think. And these are all things that have crossed my mind. Way before I even made my first ever video, these are things that I thought of. And these are things that clearly go through everyone's mind. Anyone that gets into content creation, whether it be you're creating content on TikTok or YouTube or Instagram, getting into content creation for social media across the board, no matter what, you're going to have these thoughts at certain points. Especially the part where you have these thoughts more often is at the very beginning. But here's the reality, starting a YouTube channel forces you to confront that fear head on. You see, your first videos probably won't be great, and that's normal. That's completely fine. Everyone starts from somewhere. But over time, something changes. You stop worrying so much, you get more comfortable, you find your voice. And that confidence doesn't just stay on YouTube, it carries into your everyday life. You become more willing to speak up, you share ideas, you take risks, and that alone makes it worth starting. Which is heavily connected to my fifth and final point. You get to document your growth. One of the most underrated benefits of YouTube is that it becomes a record of your journey. You can literally go back and watch yourself improve. Your confidence, your skills, your thinking. It's like a timeline of your growth as a person from where you started to where you are now, as I previously mentioned. And years from now, that becomes incredibly valuable, not just for others, but for you. And so as you continue to make more videos and you make more content and you get into editing, you put yourself out there and you learn how to make thumbnails, the growth that you make in that time, from finding your voice, to learning how to edit, to learning how to make thumbnails, everything and anything in between, is something that you will be proud of. So instead of you looking at numbers and statistics and data, realize that you are working with something that doesn't grow overnight. See it as something where you are building the foundation, and as you continue to build that foundation, you are building yourself. You're opening more doors than you even knew existed. You're growing as a person. And as you grow, you're also gathering skills that will literally take you further in life. And as you continue to work on your channel and you continue to put in that work, I promise you, the numbers will come. Now granted, I know I'm in a position where I'm also working on this channel, but I'm sure this video will reach out to someone who is in a similar position than me, and hopefully this is a friendly reminder that the grass is green on the other side. Keep on doing what you're doing and do not stop. And if you are in a position where you are getting into starting YouTube and you're thinking about starting a channel and making that first video, if you are one of those people who have been waiting for the right time to start a YouTube channel, this is it. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to begin. Because the biggest mistake isn't starting and failing, it's never starting at all. So hit record, upload the video, learn as you go. And who knows, this could be the decision that changes everything. Now, of course, if you have reached this point of the video, thank you so much for watching. Of course, if you have gathered anything from this video and this resonates with you in any way, don't forget to hit the like button, share and subscribe. And please do share what your experience has been like so far, whether you have started a YouTube channel or you're in the midst of starting one as of right now and you're working on your first ever video. Please do share it in the comment section below. And of course, if this gave you that extra push, then you already know what to do. Go start that YouTube channel and watch how everything falls into place. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.